All right, so here we go. We got a bunch of official news around Diablo 4. Now, if you're doing this right now, you might want to stop altogether or you're going to get banned permanently. Trust me, you're going to want to pay attention to this one. Also, more responses from the dev team about questionable decisions about the game, and we've got to talk about boosting experience in the open world itself as opposed to Nightmare Dungeons. And did they really stealth nerf this one right here? We'll talk about that. Also, despite all of this, there's a good deal of positive things happening around Diablo 4 that might surprise you, but you know what? Check this out right here. So yes, I've been testing out all sorts of builds in Diablo 4, especially for my new Season 1 Rogue, using the new Mobalytics desktop app. Now, if you don't know yet, Mobalytics has become my go-to app for discovering the most epic builds in Diablo 4 for all the classes in the game. The best part, this magical app lets me import the best, most updated builds for every class with its handy in-game overlay, and get this, these builds are created by expert players. Also, Mobalytics now has this amazing feature called the Build Planner, which allows me to build out my own character complete with abilities, gears, aspects, and more. They even have the complete skill tree for each class that works just like the actual game, and once I'm done, I can save my build for later, and even share it with the community too. Now, Mobalytics has full guides on how to play each of the builds properly, and there's even detailed information on skills, items, Paragon boards, and more. And yes, the Mobalytics app complies with all of Blizzard's terms, so it's completely safe to use, and it currently has over 10 million players using it. So what are you waiting for? Join me right now and download the Mobalytics app for free by using my link in the description below and get access to some of the best builds for Diablo 4. And a huge thank you goes out to Mobalytics for sponsoring this video and for making my Diablo 4 experience so much more fun with their Diablo 4 Mobalytics desktop app. All right, so we got some new questions and new responses from the dev team, and it originates from this post right here. Yes, the campfire chat is once again happening tomorrow. They're going over patch 1.1.1, a bunch of new details there. 11 a.m. PT time, I will have a full breakdown for you all. Now, also, we have the Donkey King who says this. You guys want to explain why you level gated parts of the battle pass, or why you guys increase the teleport time? Oh boy, do we now. Adam Fletcher says this. Yes, to teleport time, level gated Smoldering Ash, so people couldn't just buy tiers and use the ash to unlock the XP blessings, which would lead to a disadvantage for those that didn't. Now, also, Adam Fletcher did double down on this because he was also asked this right here. Please, for the love of God, address the question about the 3 to 5 second TP out cast time increase. Just why? And yeah, they're going to apparently talk about this one. Hopefully they revert some things as well. Now, continuing onward, we have this one right here. Sir, please, since the season came out, a legendary aspect of the Barbarian does not work. I have reported it everywhere. Is it possible to add it to the list of things to be solved? Aspect of Berserk ripping not working. Please solve this. And we have a response from Rod Ferguson who says fixed in 1.1.1. So that is going to be addressed for the Barbarian going forward. So if you're struggling with your Barbarian in that regard, don't worry about it. It's going to be fixed here apparently in the future. Now, we also have this one right here from Blizzard. It says a notice regarding unauthorized game modifying software in Diablo 4. Be warned if you're using this because you're going to get banned. Now, Adam Fletcher says this. We are committed to keeping the world of Sanctuary a safe and fair place for all players. And our game security team constantly monitors for cheats and unauthorized modifications. Now, all Diablo 4 players agree to the Blizzard EULA, which is the terms of service, of course, as a condition of playing the game. The Blizzard terms explicitly prohibits cheating, bots, hacks, and any other unauthorized software which automates, modifies, or otherwise interferes with the game. This is important to player security as well as the game's long-term integrity. Now, with that in mind, we want to make it clear that Turbo HUD 4, like any game modifying software, is prohibited for using with Diablo 4. Players who install this kind of software will put their accounts at risk for disciplinary action, which can include permanent suspension. Thank you to our players for helping to keep Sanctuary fair for all. So yeah, don't be using that software at all, or any software that is apparently like that, that's actually going to modify the game itself. So yeah, apparently that exists out there, but you have been warned. If you're doing that, you're risking your account currently. There's also another warning here as well. This one actually comes from Icy Veins. It says, warning, this side quest option will freeze your game. I kid you not. Now it says the monsters of Diablo 4 are certainly dangerous, but now it seems one quest giving NPC has taken the deadliness crown. Crest, the NPC that starts the Tangled Memories quest and its follow-ups, can destroy the player more definitively than any other monster of Sanctuary, well, unless you're playing on hardcore, that is. If you try to talk to him, there's one dialogue option that's, well, as it very clearly says itself, missing a menu label. As you can see right here now, it says, seems like a small error as the text isn't showing up right. Well, as it turns out, if you do click on it, your game will freeze. Many players have reported this happening, as the game will seem to be fine with animations running, etc., but you will no longer be able to control your character at all, requiring an abrupt Alt F4. So yeah, you have been warned about that one. Just don't click on something that says missing menu label or something to that extent, because it will lock up your game big time. This is something that I hope they address here in patch 1.1.1, of course. But yeah, we also have this one right here out on Reddit. It says, did they nerf the amount of crafting mats you get from salvaging? It's got some attention from Azara Nectum, who says this, I noticed a steady decline after patch 1.1 in the amount of crafting materials obtained from salvaging items. Just now, I salvaged an entire inventory of rare items, sacred ancestral, to only get 7 vialed crystals. Not only that, but I even have the buffs on from the battle pass for higher chance of rare items. I also just salvaged 1 ancestral to get 2 hides. Am I unlucky, or did they nerf this as well? And let's get into the responses and dig in. So we have this one right here. It says, I think it's your imagination. Remember when you played preseason, you went through all the campaign and stuff, probably went out grinding renown, probably took longer to get where you are now because you weren't focused on exclusively leveling up a new character from scratch, etc. So you ended up building a much bigger stockpile of mats than you think. So I got to know what side of the fence you guys are on, because it seems like there's somewhat of a divide here on the opinions on whether or not this has been nerfed or not. So sound off in the comments below if you've noticed any oddities here. Now, we also have this one right here. XP reduction from lower level enemies should be removed to make the open world valid. As 193 upvotes says, I love the open world, exploring and just chilling and killing rather than grinding hard in the one optimal XP activity. The recent lowering of open world enemies for higher tier players makes playing in the open world completely pointless, as it just tickles your XP bar. I get the push to make the level scaling feel less of a chore and allow players to flex harder, but it just guts any motivation to explore and appreciate the open world content. Simply remove the XP dampening from monsters 35 levels below you and we'll be good. Please make the open world great again. Yeah, you know, I really do think that nerfing XP in the open world is just pointless. In fact, we have this reply here. Open world feels kind of useless right now. I also think when it comes to side activities, they need to boost the XP there and the rewards as well. Make these things more viable and useful and more engaging. Right now, they're really pushing for Nightmare Dungeons, of course, for reasons, but I really do think that making the open world matter in some sort of way, especially with your rewards, is very important. Also, we have this one. Stop listening to others and play what you enjoy playing. I love this post because, yes, we have a lot of negativity around Diablo 4, but let me tell you what, before we get into this one, I'm enjoying it overall, just to be honest with you guys. Yes, the game does have problems. Trust me, I am aware of that. And whenever I highlight some of these issues and problems, it's just to improve the game. But yeah, this is a great post. Let's get into it. It says this. Maybe I'm growing old now, but I really like the game so far. I've been playing Diablo 4 casually, averaging about 2 to 3 hours a day. Some bad events have happened in my life and I don't have the time or the energy to play more, at least for now. But what I realize is that I don't feel exhausted after I quit the game in comparison to Lost Ark or Path of Exile. I believe people nowadays tend to get bored of newly released games quickly after release simply because of unrealistic expectations and also bad influence from content creators on YouTube and Twitch. It's funny how you see videos with titles like Diablo 4 saved, Diablo 4 is actually good, etc. And immediately 1 week after you see the exact opposite. If you disagree with any of that, prepare to get bullied, and if you agree, get lots of likes. It's pretty much the same for every newly released popular game, and I'm sure the same will happen after the release of Path of Exile 2, for instance. Some people must start playing the game when they enjoy playing, construct their own opinion based on their personal views, simply because it's a game, not a job, at least for some of us. I love this. You know, there's so many games in my library of games where critics and the community absolutely hates the game, but I enjoyed it. And guess what? I don't care. I'm going to continue playing the game. To each their own. Enjoy what you enjoy. And for myself, yes, Diablo 4 has problems. It has issues, but what is here? It's a great foundation. And I personally cannot wait to see what they do with this game and this franchise going forward. I just hope they don't screw it up. All right, so next up we have something positive. Strongholds are a great addition to the game. Once again, I gotta highlight this. Strongholds are really awesome in this game. I enjoy the mini stories that go along with them, and I like how they play like dungeons with a plot. I wish there were more of them. Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about in my previous video, attaching story to environments. I think that's so key. We definitely need more of this going forward. Now, also, we have another great point here. Check it out. It says, thank you for making season journey objectives retroactive. Blizzard doing something right here. There's another live service game, Destiny, that has seasonal challenges that are drip-fed throughout the season. In that game, the vast majority of the challenges are not retroactive, which can be infuriating. Complete Activity X using Weapon Y pops up in a week 8 of the season with 0 in progress when you've been doing exactly that since the launch. It's a breath of fresh air for this particular Guardian turned Wanderer to have progress for higher tier objectives tracked. Please never change this particular quality of life feature. Yeah, you know, that's on point. Now that you asked for them not to change it, they'll probably change it. No, I'm just kidding. No, but this is a great point. Once again, Blizzard is headed in the right direction in some regards, and I'm curious to see what they say about patch 111 and the future of Diablo 4. Apparently, this next patch should be a pretty big one for sure. But yeah, now it's time to get into your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a future video. So, what was my most recent video about? Here it is. So, yes, Diablo 4 just got a new update. Big warning, Season 1 bug will cost you. New Uber Unique is crazy. Check it out if you missed that video from yesterday. But yeah, let's get into what you guys had to say about this one. So, we have Bebog, who says, the mount cooldown needs to go. I understand the 30-second penalty for not looking after your horse, but the 10-second timer because I had to climb a ladder is for the birds. Wow. Tons of upvotes. You guys are over it with the mounts. I really hope they touch base with what they're doing with the mounts because, in my personal opinion, this is one area they've been ignoring in terms of feedback. Now, and we have this one from Eggwinner4, I believe it is. Don't forget when you put your Season 1 points into the vendors, give more gold for item section. It also makes re-rolling attributes more expensive because it's based off item price. That this only happens on legendary items. I can't believe this stuff is even happening. That's just BS. Then, of course, we have Beware3586 who says, hooray, the new Uber Unique is a crazy item that'll be really fun to use. Can't wait to never find one. And that is the big problem. There's these cool Uber Uniques that literally only 1% of the player base will ever find. And yeah, it's just, I feel like people, when they discover that, they kind of like give up hope. And we need hope. We need cooler ancestrals and cooler items that we can actually find. I am not sitting here saying that super rare items should be absolutely commonplace and dropping everywhere. I'm just saying make the items interesting. Stop this stuff of where it's just a plus percentage and that's it. All right, so there it is. Thank you all so much for the love and support once again on the videos. And look out for more news and updates. Yes, I will be covering the live stream from tomorrow, and I do hope to also cover what's going on with Path of Exile 2 when that happens. But thank you all, and I will see you all next time. Take care.